What is friendship? Friendship is sticking together when it's hard.
What is friendship? Friendship is more than just hanging out and playing with a friend. Friendship is actually sticking up for a friend and staying with them even through hard times. And real friends actually stick with you and help you when you're sad. And fake friends just leave you alone and let you be sad and not even try to help.
What can you tell us about friends?
Friends tell the truth even when it's hard, and they don't even tell lies at all.
How can you show friendship?
You could show friendship by giving people space when they're angry or sad about something. Because sometimes their mind is everywhere and they don't have like the mind right now to think about a friend. So you should give them their space and then ask them later when they're happy or they're worrying about a friend again.
How can you be a good friend?
So if your friend's sick, you can't just be like, oh, she's sick. You can just say, you can write her a get well card or pray for her and even feel sad with her. So, so she will not, so she won't like feel better, but she'll feel better in her heart.
When is it hard to be a good friend?
It's hard to be a good friend because if they hurt you, then it's hard to be their friend again. But if they truly apologize, then you could be that friend because everyone makes mistakes. And apologizing and forgiving is part of being a good friend.
How can you be a good friend?
A way to be a good friend is not hogging something. If you have a toy and then this other person wants it, you don't just say, yeah, 1 second, and then never give it back. You give it to them and then they'll will and if you don't hog something, then they won't hog anything.
How can you be a good friend?
When you playing a video game, it's not about winning. It's about making a friend that you playing with.
What can you tell us about friends? So when somebody is sad, you can sit by them, just say, are you okay? And they're going to say yes. If you ask them to be your friend, they're going to say yes. How do you know your friend is a good friend?
When someone asks to play, you don't like have an attitude and just say, yeah, okay. You actually invite them like you want them to play. You can be like, yeah, sure, you can come.
Why can't you tell us about friendship? A good friend is someone you feel comfortable sharing the feelings with.
What's a good friend? A good friend is somebody who don't think about themselves. They think about the other person too because they love them and they are their friend and they don't think about themselves. They think about other people because because they love them and they like having them as a friend. What is friendship? Friendship is when you have a friend like when they're like sad you could cheer them up and that's an example of friendship. But another example of friendship is when you like help them get up if someone puts them down. What can you tell us about friendship?
Friends are not mean, they is patient. How can you show friendship?
You can show friendship by like when somebody's left out and they're sad, you could ask them, do you want to play? Or you can make them feel better. And also like when somebody's not there and um you can't be like, oh yay, finally they're not here and now we can play this game. because it's not nice. Because if they did it to you, you wouldn't like it either. So you're kind to your friends even if they're not there.
How can you show to be a good friend?
You can be nice to friends. Always be kind.
What is an example for a good friend?
Pets can be good friends too, though. Like if you're like somewhere where you feel uncomfortable and they allow pets, your pet can sometimes comfort you to make you feel better.
How can you be a good friend?
You could be a good friend by not over helping their friend. For example, don't just barge in and help them. You could just ask to help them because sometimes it could look like they need help, but they actually don't.
How can you be a true friend?
You can be a true friend by if like your friend wants to be left alone, you can leave them alone because if they want to be left alone but you don't want them to be left alone, you have to listen to what they want and need, even if it's different from what you want. And that's how you can be a true friend. How can you be a good friend?
Make sure you don't talk behind their backs. Even though you got into a fight, still don't talk behind their backs. You always have to speak with respect because you'd want them to do the same thing for you.
How can you show friendship? If you have a true friend, you can accept help even if it makes you feel awkward. You can let your friends help you.
What is friendship? Friendship is like if if people is like getting in your face by talking to you, you can just say please back. You can just say please back up because you're too close to their face. To let your friends know what do you need.
How can you be a good friend?
You can be a good friend to your friends. If like you're outside and they're sitting down and they're sad, you don't just ask them, what's wrong with you? You can ask, are you okay? And then they say, if they say, I don't have anybody to play with, you can tell them that they can come and play with you and don't ignore them when they're sad because you might think that they'll get you sad, but they probably won't.
What is friendship?
Friends and happy birthday to you 7.
What is an example of being a friend?
Teachers like my mom is like a good friend because they stick with their students even when it's hard, but they also are teaching them new things and things they need to learn, and that is very important. And friends teach each other new things.
How can you show friendship?
Friendship is like when your friend is sad, don't just let them be. Even if you think both of y'all are going to get sad, because maybe you can go and help them and both of y'all can be happy. Because I've experienced it one time.
How can you be a good friend?
When someone like has a friend and then someone's bullying you, you should say like don't bully them. You should say treat people how you want to be treated.
How can you show friendship?
When your friend is getting bullied, you can stick up for them. And when you're getting bullied, your friend can stick up for you. You have to stick up for people. No, whether they're getting bullied or not, you can still stick up for them. Even if they're not your friend and they're still getting and they're still getting bullied, you can stick up for them, and then you might have a new friend.
What can you tell us about friendship?
God makes different kinds of people. If people are all the same, it would be no fun. Don't just look at people on the outside. Look at people on the inside. Jesus looked inside It's hard to be me sometimes because kids are mean sometimes. I know you don't know you're being mean. Next time, look inside. If you have a disability, it's okay. Don't think, oh, he has a wheelchair, I can't play with him. Don't do that. Don't be afraid to say hi, or what's your name? Crutches are a thing that helps people walk. Don't be nervous if they have crutches. Don't say, she has a feeding tube, so I won't sit by her. Don't do that. Sometimes a blind person needs help. Don't say, I will not help him. If someone has disability, it's okay, don't be afraid to be a good friend. Friends work together, like the cells in your body work together. Do you wonder why I think that? I think that because true friends love working together. Don't leave someone out just because they have CP or cerebral palsy. Don't do that, because cells in your body do not do that. All the cells in your body work together. We need every part of our community, just like we need every part of our body. Why do I keep saying look inside? Because looking inside is so important. You may not know it yet, but that other person will be nice and an amazing friend. You may be surprised. Also, you would get a chance to make someone else feel happy by being a good friend. There is a saying, don't judge the book by its cover. It means the same thing I said. Look inside. Please like and subscribe.
Share with your friends.
It means a lot to us.